Ladies and gentlemen, Stu Mackenzie. Woo! Woo! Do you like this place?
I love this place. It's kind of, I mean, it's larger than life, and it makes you feel small in the best way.
You have nice work, by the way.
Yeah, this is Jason Galea. He does all of our album covers, pretty much all of our merch. He does the live
sort of visual sort of projection. He's been as big of a part of the band as any person since like the very beginning. He did 12 Bar Brews, cover first album. He's in a lot of ways like the spirit and the heart and soul of the band on the road as well. He's the best. You never meet him though. He's quietly sneaked off somewhere.
His show is like fully analog improvised. He's got some like freaky bits of tech and he's jamming along with us. Jason rocks.
How the idea for your newest album, Phantom Island, come about?
I mean, there's quite a few sort of little narrative themes and little arcs inside it. There's probably like quite a few different sort of threads you could follow, but we're always trying to challenge ourselves and do something that feels exciting or maybe even scary to us, something that maybe we don't feel comfortable with doing. And I think working with the orchestra was sort of part of that too, and just seeing what would happen and yeah, trying to write in like a cinematic
way. And it's kind of an introverted record, probably writing a lot about, I don't know, stuff that we maybe wouldn't have had the bravery to say maybe in the past in some ways. But you know, we get to do it with all the six of us together, and it's always like a beautiful, nice, scary, existential feeling. We get to do it together.
Scary, like doing something new and especially creative and especially collaborative. You're always worried about failing. Once you've made even a song or maybe some songs that you truly are proud of, it is a daily challenge to try to not compare yourself to something that you've already done and you've already spent a lot of time on. It's already just something just really clicked, something just really worked.
It always feels scary to do something new, and it always is a challenge to remind yourself that it's okay to fail together and we can do it together and we're all in it together. And that is like the thing that we probably align ourselves on the most and try to orient each other on. It's very rare that we would say something as overt like that out loud to each other, but we do often
try to encourage each other to experiment and be scared. It feels like that every time we play a show when we don't really know the chords of this next song because we're doing so many and we don't rehearse very often and we're just figuring it out as we go. It's scary in a good way. It's good scary. Exhilarating scary.
How do you remember all your songs?
Well, we don't. I described it as walking in the dark with a torch. Sort of can see a little bit ahead. That sort of feels like when we're making music together. I know maybe what's happening 1 second ahead, maybe less, and that's all. And then you just have to be okay with making some wrong notes, and okay with just figuring it out, and okay with trusting your fingers, and okay with trusting what's going to come out of your mouth. A lot of the time it's wrong.
Often we'll do the wrong thing together at the same time. Two of us will play the wrong thing and you'll follow that path. And you're okay, we're going over here now. Okay. We have to listen to each other.
Yeah.
The torch is all you need. It's just a little bit in front. You know, you don't really often know what's happening over here. You can't really see that far ahead of you. Just that little bit. And you can just keep walking. Try not to drop the torch.
Is it possible for artists to change their audience and maybe even change the world?
Yeah, I think like a lot of artists change the world, whether musical or not. I feel like, yeah, artists probably change the world maybe as much as any category of people. But we have probably never spent a huge amount of time thinking about
cultivating the fans other than just trying really hard to include people. And if it feels inclusive and
I've seen it there.
Yeah, if people feel like they can be themselves and not be judged by other people in this space, then that's a win. But I'm not sure we've really done a lot else besides that, you know. It's just to make people feel free and safe, and the rest has kind of followed from there. But it has changed and evolved over time for sure. But in a way that is, it feels alive and like not necessarily in our control.
How did you decide to do this tour in these special places, as a prison in Vilnius, ethnographic museum in Barcelona, the antique theater in Plovdiv?
This tour, the idea was to do a kind of residency thing where we pull up for 3 nights in every city. And it kind of became important to find places that we wanted to go to, but also other people wanted to go to, that we could kind of do this as a
Crew with all of them. A lot of people are traveling in from all over the world. They might go to this, and they might go to Athens, or they might go to Vilnius, or they might go to Barcelona. You know, a lot of local folks from Plovdiv or Bulgaria or Sofia or whatever are coming out to Gizzard for the first time, which is amazing too.
We were excited to go to some new places as well, and that was part of the reason. I mean, 1 AD, you know, Roman amphitheatre, hard to say no, especially in a city that we've never been before. So, ultra grateful to get to play here.
It was kind of about trying to curate spaces that really felt special, and the sort of city and venue combination. People are coming 3 nights, probably 7-ish more hours of music. I mean, you kind of want people to feel inspired and
excited to sit through 7 or so hours of fingers.
Do you consider yourself an activist who plays music, or a musician who won't stay silent?
I just wouldn't consider myself
to be an expert in something other than being up there and making music with these guys. But I will say that I believe in basic human decency, and I believe in inclusivity, and I believe in platforming people who are from minorities, and I believe that it's a lot
harder to be a woman or a person of colour in this world. And I wouldn't call myself an activist because I believe that. And I believe climate's and I believe that we're the cause of it. And, you know, I consider myself to be on the same level as the people who are out there. I'm sure there are a lot of people in the crowd who know a lot more than me. I've always kind of just wanted to stand on the same level as everybody up there. I've never been interested in preaching. I'll tell you what I think if you ask me, but I'm not going to tell you what to think.
And that's kind of where I would probably draw the line between activist and just someone who has empathy and cares about other people and the planet.
Why is your music so diverse and exploring different genres?
I think it just is a reflection of our
record collections, honestly. I would challenge like other folks who kind of grew up in the post-streaming, post-Pirate Bay, post-pirating music world or free music world, that their record collection isn't as diverse as our back catalogue. I think we've just been pretty okay with just following our heart, or just following what feels right and just doing it.
And worrying about the consequences later. Definitely alienated people.
We made records that someone will say is their favourite and someone will say is their least favourite. That's okay. It's never been trying to set out to buck a trend or to freak people out or anything. It's just what's felt right.
You are masters in storytelling. Tell us more about the monsters in your songs.
There's been a fair bit of that in the Gizzard canon over the years. Probably feels less like that now than it used to. It's probably more introspective now than it ever was. I'm not sure if that's growing up, maybe.
You release so many albums in short periods of time. How do you stay inspired and avoid burnout?
I think we have had burnout before. We've had it a few times, I'd say. I think we have burnt out at
times where we have maybe been lucky to have that space to recover, and we've maybe made some kind of self-preservation decisions about what feels right, how long we should be on tour for, you know, what it looks like in the studio day to day, all that stuff, to just make it feel, you want to feel like an artist, right? You don't want to feel like a coal miner, because if you feel like a coal miner, you'll get all the coal and you'll go home and then you'll go to bed. You know, if you feel like an artist, you'll want to splash paint on the canvas from the morning to the night all day.
when I wake up in the morning and splash more paint. And I think we've been pretty specific about
Trying to make everybody feel like that all the time. So
stuff like, for instance, when we have made records, it's always been, people can come, people can go. If someone doesn't want to turn up today, it's fine. You want to do something else today, that's fine. The rest of us will be there, it's cool. The pressure's low. It's been about trying to finish things.
we have spent a lot of time making music. Well, haven't really done anything else except this. Just keep the wheels of life on track.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Cheers, man. Thanks so much.